Let's get salty!
Everyone, Zeddy here again today with the brand new Hearthstone / StarCraft mini set card review. That's a mouthful and just something weird to say. But yeah, we have a bunch more cards to go over. I believe they're all Terran faction cards. Got Shaman, multi-class stuff. We're gonna be deleting cards from our opponent's hands. I'm sure people will not be upset about this card whatsoever. We're gonna review these as well as, of course, we have our giveaway we announced earlier today for 3 mini sets out of my pocket, and that's higher value than normal. To enter that giveaway, like and comment in the video, link down in the description below, the one with that thumbnail over there. Be subscribed to the channel. Every 1,000 subs we get until next Tuesday on the 21st, when that mini set goes live, I will add another mini set. So hit that sub button, make me go broke. Of course, there's no limit on it, and it would be amazing if we could hit that 90K. So starting off, we have the last Shaman card, I believe, to be revealed from the mini set. Again, it's a Terran faction card, and it is Lock On, a 1 mana spell. You set a minion's health to 1 that can be your own. Maybe you want to kill off your own minion. That's a possibility. You never know. Or more likely, you want to remove a threat. And you also get your next Starship launch cost 2 less. So we already saw that mech earlier today. So you play Lock On, you play that mech, your Starship costs 1 mana, right? 5 minus 4 is 1. And if you play another card, you could just launch your Starship for free, right? It all stacks, and that could be really powerful considering what we'll look at later. And yeah, that just seems pretty good, and just it's a decent removal option, especially like Malted Magma. You lock in Malted Magma, you know, you're hitting the board, you can remove a big threat at the same time. Just seems really efficient, really solid. Again, it will only be a good card for the most part, from what I'm thinking. If you're playing a Starship deck, I don't think it's worth running just on its own, but it's a possibility. Like outside of like what Hex and stuff, like removal isn't that efficient in Shaman, and that Hex is also limited to being into gift too. So I don't know, I think it's actually pretty darn good. And again, mana cheat plus effects seems like a pretty good thing in Hearthstone. I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5 in standard, and it does seem like they really want us to launch multiple starships in these classes. So I imagine the Starship piece effect shouldn't be insanely strong, but we'll see, because this type of discount could be nuts. But so far, what we've seen, nothing too crazy yet to use with the Starship stuff, particular like Shaman. We already saw all the class cards. In Wild, I'll give it a 2. Yeah, because like Starship's not gonna happen in Wild. I don't think I've ever seen a Starship piece played in Wild. Oh, actually, Armor Priest is a thing. That it's not good. It's like tier like 5 or 6 or something, but I have seen someone play it in Priest, so I'll give it that. We have the Starport location. This again, Terran faction, so only usable by what? Warrior, Shaman, and Paladin, if I'm correct here. It's 2 mana, and it has 2 durability, and you summon a 2/1 Starship piece with an effect when launched. So I believe this is random what it'll summon, but these have some really strong effects. But again, they only work when launched. So first we have the Viking, which when this is launched, you'll gain 7 armor. I think it's 1 better than that really good 4 mana Starship piece. But again, that has Death Rattle gated, and then gated again, so it's like 12. So not quite the same comparison, right? You have to launch this to get that effect. We have the Liberator. When this is launched, deal 2 damage to all enemies. So that hits all minions that can go face. It's pretty nice. You know, that's just good. Like, help you fight for board, push damage. Really nothing wrong about that. We all know how good a Consecration can be for what could be effectively 0 mana if we launch our Starship for dirt cheap later, right? We have that ability. We have Raven. Oh my goodness, a caster gets their own card, right? Well, probably not, but still, it's a Raven. He can claim it. Actually, does Raven even play Hearthstone these days? He still casts it. I don't know if he really plays it. Anyways, when this is launched, gain 3 random bonus effects. So that's the whole like Wind Fury, Divine Shield, Poisonous, Lifesteal, Reborn, all that type of stuff. If this gets like Lifesteal or Poisonous, and you also had the AoE one die and then launch, that could like clear the whole board or heal you entirely up. And if you spam enough of this stuff, you're gonna get like pretty consistently hit those things. So this could end up being like a lifesteal board wipe at the end of the day, launching this stuff. We have the Banshee. When this is launched, deal 5 damage to a random enemy. So that can hit literally anything. on the other side of the board. So a minion, your opponent's face, all that stuff, that can be pretty good. You get a bunch of those. That can be a lot of damage. That can add up, especially we've seen enough with like Ceaseless Expanse where you just nuke the board and then launch your starship and then boom, right? You could do something like that. So that's something to look out for. And then I believe the last one here is the Medevac. When this is launched, you summon two 2/2 Marines with taunt, and they look like this. It's just, you know, the 2/2 with taunt. That's about it. It's got the you know, the faction tribe on it, I guess. So there is that. It's basically a Frostwolf grunt, but that's perfectly fine. So you get 4/4 in stats to go with your starship launch, and this just seems like a really good card, right? You're getting 2/1s for 2/1s for 2 mana over 2 turns or 3 turns or whatever. You can launch that, and I feel like they really want us to launch multiple starships. I feel like it might tie into a hero card we're going to see later, right? There's probably going to be some payoff for it. We haven't seen it yet, but I'm pretty sold on this location. It seems pretty solid. You can even copy it. I believe there's a card to copy locations in standard. Do you want to do that? Probably not, but you could. I'll give it a 4 to 5 in standard. I think it could be all right. And it'll be very interesting to see. Will this be the set to really get starships to launch? And again, in Wild, you know what I'm going to say. I'm going to give it a 2 because it's Wild and not going to happen. But if there's ever a card that will make you want to play starships in Wild, oh boy, it might be this. We have Ghost. This is, again, a neutral Terran card, so it can be played by all 3 Terran tribes. It is a 4 mana, 6/2 minion. It has stealth, so that's pretty annoying. If you can't kill it, it can hit you for 6. However, it has Battle Cry. If you're building a starship, destroy the lowest cost card in your opponent's hand. Oh, yippee. More hand disruption, more screw your card. It might hit something pretty pointless, because considering it's hitting the lowest cost card, it's usually more of a throwaway thing on average, right? Like usually your big win con or what you got going on is typically more higher cost, but it's just another FU card, right? Just another frustration card. You could do, I guess what, we have Shaman, right? You could play this as like a Shutterwalk Shaman and use Ghost to end up destroying your entire opponent's hand, in theory, if you have a starship going on the board, right? Just spam Shutterwalks and delete their hand. You know that's gonna happen, and do I think this card is good? Probably not. It's 4 mana, 6/2, destroy a card in a game where card advantage doesn't really matter anymore, and the only thing it could really be good at is hitting a key card, which, because its lowest cost, is not super likely. But I believe people will hate this card, make Reddit threads about it, and it always questions why do we make cards like this that just seem to be there to piss people off, right? You know how I feel about these type of cards. Not a big fan. I don't think it'll be a powerhouse. I just think it'll be really annoying, especially lower ranks where people play greeter stuff and do stuff like this and create those Reddit threads. So I will give it a 2 out of 5 in standard and Wild. But again, I just wish they don't make cards like this. I just don't think they're fun. Like, yeah, it's fun to troll people to an extent, but destroying their cards, like, we know how that feels, and it's rarely ever good. Anyways, that's it for today. There's card reveals over the next 3 days, and then one on, I believe Friday is like patch notes day. So we'll know all the cards by the end of the week. And then, yeah, the mini set goes live next Tuesday. And then I have to book, I got to head towards France. Yes, I got to go to France next week, but we'll talk about that later. It's a really cool Hearthstone event that I'm invited to, and I can't believe that. So that's really cool. Anyways, if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Have a great day and stay salty, my friends.